Good afternoon and welcome back, Strat fans. This is episode 2 of my Empire Karl Franz Let's Play. So, where we left off, we were just recruiting here, turn 2. Now, I did have a problem with the save. It got corrupted somehow. So, instead of our Amber Wizard with us, we have good old Hans here, Hans Mueller. That's going to be our Jade Wizard now. That's actually a good change, I feel. So I just took it and ran with it because a Jade Wizard is, they have the Lore of Life. So Lore of Life is a healing tree, healing spell tree. So I'm going to take that and run with it because that's going to be a better wizard to start with. All right, so and with that, let's continue. So now, after this turn here, I'm going to try to take Uberstrike, which is only tier 1. Both of these are tier 1, so they're not going to be too hard, and our army is a 14 stack. It's going to be after turn. Helmgart's going to be the bigger problem. If we look at the garrison here, we can preview it with this tab. Yeah, they have a hefty garrison of at least 14, and they're pretty decent troops. So that's going to be the biggest obstacle in our way. So let's end turn. Alrighty. And with that, now Karl has a nice line of swordsmen. Should be able to take this out no problem. Should be able to auto-resolve it. Still a close victory. That's probably because they have 7. Probably because they have 7 units. I'm going to auto-resolve it though. Take a little bit of casualties. We did alright. It's not too bad. Got Dragon Bang Gem, which is pretty good. A hefty amount of prestige and XP. And we'll loot and occupy it. Oh, I forgot to mention that I did add 2 mods to the list. They're just purely graphical mods for the Empire that give me better Lord looks. It just gives me more randomization for the Lords and the heroes, so they'll look better. That's why the Amber Wizard looks like this. Alright, we'll first pick up, I don't know, Life Bloom. I mean, this triggers every time you cast a spell, but if we don't have a lot of spells, then we're not going to be triggering it that much. I'm going to get Earthblood, which is the basic heal. It doesn't replenish entities, but it does heal up, so it's really good for single entities to have that as well. Alright, now we're going to delve into the main line first. Buff our swordsmen up, and then buff our handgunners up. Alright, and now Karl can't move because he already took an action. We'll buff up some archers. And I might recruit a general to hold Altdorf because we have Hans over here. He's only got a 6 stack, so he has no chance. And Elahart is it's not good. Okay, so here's another problem we'll run into sometimes. This icon here, it just means that there's multiple buildings in the province and that they're redundant. So normally when it comes to building provincial buildings, like the main province will have the biggest indicator and will have the most slots. So I usually, and they can go up to tier 5, whereas some buildings can only go up to tier 3. So I like to build the tier 3 buildings in the minor settlements because they can only go up to tier 3. We'll repair these, and I'll repair this and delete this. Now, one turn it won't see an issue. In fact, I might have to hold off on that just so I can get my archers in. Because if you delete that before you get your recruitment done, it will delete the recruitment. However, I am going to get a General of the Empire, because they're kind of the all-around Lord type. So these are the generic Lord types. They all have different abilities and different traits. Like the Huntsmans are more ranged Lords, so they're really good at dealing range damage. The Generals are the buffers, and the Archlectors are the melee heroes with Sigmarite abilities, where they can buff up their troops, but they have a lot of bound spells. I'm going to recruit a general of the Empire, though. And they all start with a start trait when you pick them. I'm going to give this one, James here, James Volkman. He starts with Disciplined, which buffs up the units in his army a little bit. So, put old James in there, and I will rename him. If anyone has any suggestions, just leave it in the comments below for names. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep him like this. He starts off with 4 character traits. We'll give him Hold the Line, just like Karl has, and start him with the basics in each tree. That way he's kind of there for all of them. And we'll start recruiting for him. I did also look up and realize you can't have an infinite number of these. It's just you have to wait for the cooldown. So eventually we will, spam out those Elector Count troops because they are better. Give him 2 swordsmen, just to buff up the garrison, which already is pretty hefty in Altdorf. We don't have to worry about this little army causing problems. Alright, and with that, we don't really need to look at anything. We could take a look at the diplomacy. Anybody with a green marker is more inclined to help us. So we'll talk to Telebekland here. A trade agreement. Anything with the green here as well means it's going to work. We could balance the offer here, and they'll pay us for it. And I always hit balance offer. It's really streamlined and a better system than Warhammer 2 had.
The Empire.
A lot of times to break the ice, it helps to use the spare funds you have or make a non-aggression pact. Any amount of treaties that you have with a faction will buff up their attitude towards you. Alright, so he's gonna like us next turn.
So, approach us,
about him. Let's see how Balthazar's doing, the old golden man himself. Alright. We'll end turn again. Alright, Altdorf upgraded. That's good. Means we have more build slots now. And now I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to build our resource. Because we can get pottery. That'll be good to give us some income. And then I'll get our cavalry up because we want to get up to the Demigryph Knights. They're the best unit they have, especially these regular knights. The halberds are okay. They have bonus versus large, but these ones are great because they have shields. Alright, Karl, you have a 16 stack. I'm not sure if it's wise to go after Helmgart yet. I think I'm going to save Helmgart for the final battle. And I'm going to catch Hans here out in the open because he's only got a 1-tier settlement. So that means he'll have 7 in the garrison and 8 in here. So that means he'll have 15, and I'll outnumber him by 1. So that'll be a decent battle. Alright, Karl's on his horse too, so he's got more mobility. Alright, it's going to be a Pyrrhic victory. Now instead of that, I am going to attack. Now he's got some reinforcements coming in. So, when they have reinforcements coming in, that means they're going to not start with this army. These guys are going to start on the field. So, we're going to fight. Quick save it real quick. And let's get ourselves in a battle. Alright. We're going to be using the same tactics we used before. Because it hasn't really changed much. They just have a few more units. So it's going to be a little bit heavier. Harder to deal the back damage, but it's a pretty straight out fight. This is a pretty level playing field here. My army's a bit damaged from the last one, but I think I can hold it. I have a decent front line now. I just have to focus their crossbowmen, because that's the most dangerous unit they have. Now these turning these Pyrrhic victories into decisive or close victories are easy to do. It's turning the valiant defeats or the close defeats into victories that's really satisfying. Alright, we'll channel the magic, because our Jade Wizard here can use it. Ah, our luck just isn't with us today. Alright, let's form these guys up. Let's look at our Jade Wizard. He's on foot. Looking like old Gandalf there. Got a runic stone on him, though. Karl and his horse. Alright, let's form a line. Main line right here. These guys, I'm going to keep the great swords behind and the halberdiers behind as well. Knights back here on the left. Put our mortar back here behind because they can fire up and over. Our archers, put on no. Sometimes skirmish is okay when they're by themselves, or if they're in the front, skirmish is good. But when you need them to stay at a certain angle, and then it's not so good because then they just start running as soon as they see the sight of the enemy. Alright, we'll keep Hans up at the front. Alright, let's start. Okay, have them target. Where's there's crossbowmen, target them. See that? Ooh. There we go. Let's get them up there.
Our weapons are yours.
They don't have any calves, so we don't have to worry about that.
Sigmar commands. I will not stand idle. Onwards.
We do have Awakening of the Wood.
Yes, sir. For Heldenhammer. Awaiting orders. Swordsman. Prepare for combat.
Let's meet them head on.
Charge! Ready for war. Charge! See to it. Roar!
That, and then there's a clump here. Let's do that. There we go. I'll do some damage. Let's take these Reiksguard around here. Yeah.
The Empire endures. We are ready.
Alright, let's get those guys around the side. Alright.
Armed and ready.
Come on, Reiksguard. Let's go over here. Get these crossbowmen. Now the thing is, that this battle ain't over until we have those reinforcements gone as well, so we have to try to save as much of this army as possible. Okay. Alright, they're already starting to rout. Have our archers focus on these guys. Focus on those guys.
Swordsman. To me, men. The Empire.
Let's heal those guys up a little bit. Just cause chaos back here. Wait, did they start with all their reinforcements? They might have. They should have arrived by now if they didn't. I think it's because it was a settlement. They had to start with all of them. I think so.
Awaiting orders. Go. Now we strike. My subjects call. Ready. Sigmar guides us. Taking aim. They will pay. Sage wizard.
Alright. Aim for this clump here of enemies.
Retreat.
It's a good one to hit.
Great swords!
Oh shit! I haven't been using my great swords. That would help a
The
lot.
Empire endures!
Sometimes I have brain farts too, folks.
I will not stand idle! No lingering!
Let's deal with these guys. Send Karl
Take
in.
order!
Sometimes I get too mixed up in the spectacle of it.
Reichsguard knights! We obey! We serve the Emperor! Sorcery! They are using dark forces against the enemy!
Alright. We held. Only a few units took a bit of a beating.
Quick march!
Alright, let's see what victory we got. Decisive! That's what I'm talking about. How many troops we lose? 158. Compared to their losses, which they had over 900, that's definitely decisive. Yeah, I could have used my my great swords there. Yeah, this afternoon, Strat fans, I'm feeling a bit tired, so I apologize. I shouldn't have forgotten about them. I wasn't prepared because I'm a bit out of it. But I'm gonna slap myself awake. We'll get into it. My swordsman held pretty well, really well. And I did really good with micromanaging the missile line, because that's really what you got to do, is you got to micromanage certain aspects of the army to do the damage, while the main line is there just to hold. You get them in position, and you just hold them, and you try to buff them up with buffs from the heroes. That's how you micromanage them. You send in the specialty units to do the extra damage, and then you buff. You have your ranged and your artillery come and do the damage, and your cavalry to come in and cycle charge through them. Alrighty, we did pretty well. Got a good amount of gold and wiped him from the face of the Empire. Alrighty, we got our first follower, which gives me more casualty replenishment. REIKLAND is secured. So that's good.
Here.
We'll repair, and then have our first edict. Now I usually, because you can change these edicts anytime, I usually go with growth while I'm building up, because that allows me to get more tiers faster.
Summon the Elector Count.
Alright, and then I think I will put more into my Imperial gunnery, and no, not plate armor. Maybe more health points or melee attack. I don't know. No, I'll put more into my swordsman and all those units. Let's see if he's got anything interesting to equipped. Sort of anti-hero. Let's combine these two. A neat mechanic Warhammer 3 added was these fuse mechanic. And ooh, we got a nice bit of armor. Give me some ward save. So I'll add it to Karl here. Alright. Alright, Mr. Jade Wizard. Give you Flesh to Stone, really good spell, and Shield of Thorns, another really good spell. So he's got some buffing spells now, so he can help out the front line or buff out the other guys. Let's oh. Okay, well, you'll just stay here, Volkman, until I'm ready to build you up. Instead, I am going to give Karl some more, because my army healed up from that because of the casualty replenishment from looting it. I'm going to give him some more ranged. I have an 18 stack. And they weren't building here in Helmgart, so I doubt he'll have more than a 14, probably a 15 next turn. And with that, let's end our next turn. I got 2 turns until this technology for troop standards is done. Then we can go on a new path. But Karl's living up fast. The bad part about the Empire campaign is after you defeat this initial enemy, um, there's not many enemies left to fight other than your own people. So there's a limited view of expansion, whereas you're kind of just waiting around, waiting for them to accept your confederations. All right, so I probably should, yeah, to get better units, because these crossbows are probably going to be good ones to have. I could get a captain and great swords, yeah. So I'm gonna upgrade Überschrecht up, and then it's good to get a blacksmith, which will allow me to actually recruit those great swords. But as I was saying, the Empire struggles later on because it doesn't have as many enemies to fight. You know, it could go into the hills and fight, like right here, the Borrow Legion. That's Kemmler's here. Yeah, Kemmler's right here. But that's really the only evil faction you have, and then the other vampire factions are over here in Sylvania. And then Chaos, like Be'lakor, could come down here, and you do have Festus is right here, which he'll be a thorn on my side. But if he can't take out Midland, then there's no reason to fight him. I could go for the orcs here at the Black Pit, which I probably will do. I'll probably do them or Marienburg, because Marienburg doesn't like me. And, but I gotta hurry because Lewin, the Bretonnian Lord, likes to take him out too. So if I don't take him out fast enough, Lewin might go and take Marienburg first. I don't want to fight Lewin because, I mean, his peasants aren't that bad, but Lewin himself is a beast. All right, let's go. Keep them from recruiting. I could do just a close victory. This would be the first siege, though. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna auto resolve it. It's just a settlement garrison. The last battle was pretty epic. All right, and we'll loot and occupy. And with that, the Empire's secessionists are no more.
Who calls?
We'll repair Helmgart,
Ready.
and then we can have a commandment. Next turn, we'll start repairing our, replenishing our garrison there.
Bring me to my men.
And with that, that's pretty much the first section. And Karl's at level 7 now, so I'm going to max out his Emperor's Finest. Max out the Pistol Corps and get his Rally. In fact, no, I'll max out Emperor's Finest, one more Pistol Corps, Rally, and then Strength of Hardship, which these ones right here, this line is for the advanced line. So like you get even more bonuses tacked on to your units once they reach rank 7, which is the first gold rank in their experience. It's not a big boost to the swordsmen and all those, and by the time that you use them, like get to that rank, you'll probably have great swords anyway. Alright, so now we'll have Life Bloom, Evasion, and then we'll get the Dwellers Below, which is a nice direct damage spell, and Regrowth, which is even better than Earthblood. Alright, and then we'll bring him back into the Empire and start recruiting better units. Now, the problem, like I said, is most of these factions that are next to me are other Empire provinces. I don't want to fight them. I want to, you know, you're going to spend a lot of your campaign fighting like little incursions, like Festus or the Orcs here, or maybe the Wood Elves you'll deal with, or Marienburg will probably be my next target. To be honest with you, Marienburg, and then you're going to be getting like dilemmas soon. I'm going to be getting dilemmas soon, to where the AI will generate an army and give me a dilemma.
So?
He was not moved. And give me a choice to either fight the battle manually to try to save the province or let it die. And you know, I want to try to save it. See, the fealty system is really good, but like I said, Hawkland here is about to be like but this is about all she wrote for Hawkland right here. Like Festus is about to like just wreck him, kill him, and then that's gonna get me a debuff. I feel it coming. I feel it coming. All right, and turn again. On to turn 6. Now we got a population surplus in REIKLAND. Alright. This is one of the mods I have. Of course, Hawkland was destroyed. Shocker, I know. So I am going to reject the refugees.
A quest has been issued, mighty lord.
A quest.
A great adventure beckons.
Oh.
Be wary, though.
Going for
while
the Beast Slayer.
potential...
Okay, so that might be something we prepare for, because we'll fight the Norskins. Oh, here it is. Council of States. So these are special. These are special like little events that'll trigger, and it can increase your fealty and lose fealty of other things. So because the Golden Order already has a big fealty, I'm going to endorse Ostermark because I want their fealty more up. Alright, so we got that state-issued armor. Now we've already got down 1. So hopefully we can take Festus out. Like I'm gonna broker some type of peace with Boris up here, Mr. Toddy up there, and hopefully I can get him to let me through, so I can attack Festus. Because like I could just go for Midland, I mean for Marienburg, but if I lose too much fealty, I'll start going into these negatives, and I don't want that. I want to my authority to stay up, because then everyone will get more fealty. I'll get growth and income. And it's just, you want positives, not negatives. So, well, it looks like Hergig's already been occupied. Count Fireback here. But I do want to destroy Festus at the Brass Keep. So Festus is around here somewhere. So we'll take Karl's army. We'll bring him to Elahart because we're going to prepare him to attack Marienburg when we get a chance. Now, Marienburg has a fort, and Marienburg itself is pretty formidable, so I'm going to need better units to assail it correctly, or another army, which I have right here. I am going to recruit another lord here. I think a huntsman general is better for defending, because they can, attack with range. And I'm going to choose this one, Siegfried here, strong. I'm going to keep him here. And we'll do Circle of Protection, which is great because it's more bonus for great swords. Huntsmen and archers. I mean, huntsmen are okay, but they're not great, not the greatest. We'll do casualty replenishment, hold the line, and inspiring presence. So, let's see what Corden has. See, the thing with Marienburg is they're not part of the Empire, even though they have Empire units. They're technically not part of the Empire. because they don't have a fealty modifier. They're kind of like a trade state. He's got a pretty decent garrison. Got 11 troops in the garrison, plus that 13 makes, you know, so like attacking with Emperor's, with Karl's army right now, it'd be no chance at all. I got some new units here because I built that in Altdorf. I built that stable, but I need to wait until I can get better line infantry. And the one building I really need is the gunsmith. So that'll give me handgunners, and handgunners are gonna be handgunners, and your artillery is gonna be a lifeblood, especially when you get hailstorms as the Empire, because hailstorms just destroy everything, and they have insane range, so they can really turn the tide really fast. So instead, I am going to get me some pistoliers. I don't have enough. Oh, look at that! I don't have enough.
The Emperor bid?
All right, let's end turn again. Like I said, the biggest. Ooh, Tsarina. Hey, more friends is always welcome. But the biggest obstacle for the Empire is its enemies, because you know you're busy dealing with one enemy, everyone else around you is building up. And like I said, I could just build another army or go out and get them, but yeah, I'll demand Mordheim's return. When it's even like that, you can pretty much choose whoever you want, because more fealty is always great, but you'll get more. Oh, look at that! My authority's absolute now. I think it's because we took Hergig back, even though he's expanding. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to let Marienburg be, even though I really shouldn't, because I have a feeling that good old son of Giles de Breton is going to come and take Marienburg right out from under me, and I'm going to be left with him staring at me for the rest of my campaign. But with the new diplomacy system rework in Warhammer 3, I feel like I can eventually demand him to turn it over to me. See, I start with a non-aggression pact with Lewin, but he is protective, so he's not going to be very likely to transfer settlements.
Who calls?
But you can transfer a settlement. So I feel like that'll come in handy with Lewin.
As you say, sir.
And if I can get him to like me enough, maybe I can just buy it from him,
By Sigma's will.
Another good thing about the Empire is that they get a lot of cash really fast.
Welcome, Mike.
Alright, the faster we can get trade agreements and all of these agreements started with these Empire provinces, the better.
Greetings, my countrymen.
Alright, let's see anybody else up for...
Bow before the rightful lords of this, as you say.
Alright, Bretonnians.
Do you know these lands are ours by
I
the
mean,
right granted
I'll-
from the Lady of the Lake? What do
I
you
mean,
want?
I'll have a trade agreement with you, but I don't think you're gonna live long, because Grom's right there, and he's looking hungry. He's looking hungry for you, boy. Oh, we start with some trade agreements with these guys. Another good ally for the Empire is the dwarves. If you can get dwarven units for allies, you're gonna be really good. All right, so
Greeting.
Mistress of Ice.
No, the Kislevites are going to be good allies.
Glade Lord.
I mean, they
We will
even
see
like
our
me a
homeland
little bit.
persist
Okay,
through all I will see it
I'll have a
done.
non-aggression pact with you guys. Wood elves are pretty solid to have non-aggression pacts with, because if you don't want them to attack you, they will just sit in their forests and not give any fucks about you. They really can't be fucked to go out of their forest. Alright. Seems like every turn we're getting another population surplus. So I'm just going to build these up to 2, and then I can build this one up to 3. Normally, if I'm wanting to fast track to a certain unit type, I'll do that, but I'm just going to let Marienburg be. If this were Warhammer 2, I wouldn't. I would go for Marienburg. Because if I don't, I'd have to declare war on Lewin, but even if Lewin takes them, I can just, weasel my way into getting it, and it's not an Empire province. I need to go and destroy Festus here. That's what I need to do. So let's go into Marienburg, or Midland here. Boris, he actually likes us. I think I have military access. I do. Okay, Boris. Alright, Toddy. Let's see how you're...
Yes.
Let's see how you're doing, Toddy. Ooh. Okay. Karlberg greatswords are actually ready. So, I don't think I have to be in my province to do this. I don't think so. I think I can recruit them elsewhere. No, I can't. Okay, well, I'll move him back there then. Okay, so there's Toddy right here. He's got an okay stack. I don't think he's at... Is Midland at siege? I don't think Midland's at siege. I mean, Mindenheim's at siege, but... as long as that faction's alive, I won't lose fealty. This will probably be the last turn, guys. Don't want these videos to be too long for you guys, because they can be rather dull if I'm spending a lot of time on the campaign map and not doing battles. A lot of the early battles though are going to be kind of meh, because you don't have the really great units, vying for control, or you don't have the overpowered units being fielded.
Summon the Elector Counts.
So
Step to it.
kind of stale, Alright, let's... Ah, shit. Okay. Alright. That's alright.
As is my right by
Just go
Sigmar's
through
crown.
here. And I'll recruit... No, I can't afford to keep him sat for 2 turns, so I'll get him up to Mindenheim. And then I'll sit him down there
Karl Franz, they
to
will
recruit.
obey. To the provinces.
Alright, so we're just letting our buildings build up here.
I will marshal the men.
Not worrying about that. Oh, we can upgrade Helmgart here, which is really good, because then you upgrade them and you get better tower projectiles growth, and minus corruption, as well as a hefty boost to the garrison. Alright, so this will be the last turn here. We'll end the stream. We'll end this Let's Play episode on turn 9. We've united REIKLAND, taken the fort. Oh. I think I just saw an enemy army spawn here. Oh, Kazrak is here. Okay. So that's gonna... Remember when I told you Beastmen in my So You Want to Play Warhammer video? That Beastmen will become a thorn in your side? Well, this is what I meant.
Kazrak, thou art
Prince and Emperor.
So
Pick up the pace.
I'm going to go defend Elihart. I don't have a choice. Alright, and we'll pick up after that. That'll be the last thing I do, is defend Elihart. Well, I'll put the weaving house in here. No, I need better troops. Rally field. All right, and with that, Strat fans, that'll conclude it for this episode. Tune in next Friday. I'm going to try to release this Let's Play every Friday. So tune in next Friday, and we'll see what we'll do about this whole Kazrak problem. And without further ado, Strat fans, keep it strategic. Colonel out.